A major crack in a murder case. A teen has turned himself in the murder of his girlfriend's father.
Now, the shooting happened Monday night, and NBC6's Lena Salzbank breaks down what we know about the 18-year-old's arrest.
This came after an exhaustive search by both detectives and the victim's family, who said that he ran off after that shooting and took his girlfriend with him. On Wednesday, that search came to an end when 18-year-old Lawan Jones Jr. turned himself in and was charged with first-degree murder with a firearm. According to the Broward Sheriff's Office, Jones shot and killed 44-year-old Keith Poole outside of his home on Northeast 28th Street after witnesses say the two were arguing over social media posts. Family and friends tell NBC6 yesterday that Keith was a father of 3.
He's really invested into his children.
And had taken in his oldest daughter's boyfriend, Lawan Jones, giving him a place to call home for over a year.
He lived with Keith and he lived with Jesse. He lost his parents some years back. He treated him like family.
Barbara Santiago says Jones shot Keith in front of his kids before taking off with his girlfriend.
We don't know the exact circumstances of how.
And the daughter left too? And he took off with the girl? Wait. Give me a second. You telling me that, okay, so he took the little homie in because he just so happened to be the boyfriend of his daughter because his parents, for whatever reason, wasn't in his life or he lost his parents. And then when he shot the daughter's father, the daughter took off with him and he shot the daughter's father in front of the kids.
She left. We don't know if he was like, let's go. And just out of fear, she took off. I couldn't imagine what Jesse was feeling at the time. Fear.
Many of Keith's friends now taking to social media, remembering the 44-year-old for his kind heart. According to BSO, Keith's oldest daughter was located and is now back home and safe with her family. Lawan Jones Jr. is being held without bond. We reached out to the victim's family for a comment. We're still waiting to hear back. For now,
You ain't got to worry about it, bro, because the reality is that your daughter set you up to get murked. And we don't know what was going on. They saying that they was arguing over a social media post, but I guarantee you that it was way more than that. And little homie crashed out. And you tried to help him out. You see what I'm saying? So this is why I don't let no certain people in my spaces. This is why I'm incredibly protective over my daughter and who it is that she associates herself with, because you are what you attract. And then ultimately the way that you was taught is what translates into how it is that you then attract certain people. And she attracted a Pookie. The Pookie is going to ultimately be somebody's boyfriend for the rest of his life. And they keep talking about teens. These people is 18 and 19 years old. So they out there busting it down for a real one. And he able to stay with you. And you was playing father figure, right? Because remember, step crash dummy. Let me say something. Step crash dummy applies in multiple different situations, right? It does. And trust me, I know what it feels like to play a mentorship role in young guys' lives because I've done it for a long time. But I tell you what, though, once I start seeing certain signs, I'm not trying to prevent you from doing what you're doing. I'm not going to be going back and forth arguing with you. If you're not family, like you grew up with me, I'm not going to be sitting here going back and forth with you. I'm not going to argue with you. All right, cool. You got to go, though. You got to get gone. And nowadays, at this point in my life, I'm not doing any of that anyway. Like, I done already put my time in. A lot of y'all be talking about go back to the hood and all of this. Why? So he can wind up taking your life and then your daughter fleeing with him and then he wind up going to jail and then she basically invited the devil into your crib. You got to be careful of the energy that you let around you. Stop compromising. Stop trying to be everybody's friend. You being the good guy is ultimately, and the good guy is a role. It's not just for guys in a situation with women that they talking to. It's the compromises that you make on a daily basis. Let me say that again for the people in the back. It's the compromises that you make on a daily basis that's ultimately going to revolve around whether or not you're going to survive. And this guy was shot. Never mind the fact that the dude had a gun. Never mind the fact that he actually had took this young dude in. Unappreciative. It doesn't matter. And then ultimately he lost his life as a result of being for the community and for people and trying to help some people out. And so that's when I see people say, oh no, you got to go back, or no, you got to do this. Man, shut up. No, no, it's about, at this point in this evil world, and with all of these young people crashing out, and they don't care nothing about you, and they ultimately are gonna try to do the worst for you, and they're gonna forget about you, and they ain't even asking for forgiveness. They take off with your daughter. It's self-preservation. Self-preservation is the name of the game. It's every man for theyself. You spread your seeds and you give the information in general to everybody, and whoever take it, those are the ones that then benefit as a result of it. Outside of that, I'll let it go. I'm not about to be arguing with you. It's too many people and ain't nobody even scrapping no more. Everybody is willing to put out a pistol. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Everybody is willing to pull out a pistol, and most of these people is crash dummies. They ain't got nothing to lose. You got family, you got people that's dependent on you, you got kids that's gonna be mourning you. You don't know how they gonna be displaced. Probably ain't got no life insurance. Now they got to figure out how to bury them and all of that stuff. Man, ain't nobody about to be involved with this nonsense. And then the daughter talking to a dude that just so happened to be homeless, and she his boyfriend. This is one of the messiest situations that you can see and that you can put yourself into. And I'm not an advocate for it. I do not believe in it. I think that people need to start being careful about who it is that they let in their circle, who they let in their household. It's bad enough that you have to protect yourself in the dating market or in the scene with people that may not have your best interest at heart, that's taking advantage of you. Now you got to worry about your daughter's boyfriend, who you then took in because you felt sorry for him. And it's a possibility that it can cost you your life. You willing to risk it? You willing to put it on the line? Or are you gonna learn from this situation? And rest in peace to the family. I mean, it's very sad because we gonna do this video and we gonna use it as an example, but ultimately they're going to forget about him. They not gonna think about him. He's gonna be a memory of yesteryear. His people is then gonna have to suffer. The kids is gonna suffer as a result of it, and then it basically breeds more generational trauma. We have no idea, and then they don't even want to show the girlfriend why, or the daughter why. And I ain't talking about the lady that's brother right here. They don't want to show the daughter why. They grown. They grown. I bet you they was doing grown person stuff. I wonder what is the conversation with the daughter that leaves with the guy that then took the life of your father. You raised her for 18, 19, 20 years, and her boyfriend takes your life. I'm curious as to what y'all think. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. That link is in the description. I'm curious as to what you guys think. Let me know inside of the comments. I love you. I appreciate you. And y'all need to stay away from these toxic people. Peace.